Ready for the second half of our secret travel series? From spice-scented islands to Himalayan monasteries and hidden wine valleys, these underrated destinations are calling your name, and you can visit before the crowd takes over. This podcast is for inspiration and entertainment purposes only. Travel recommendations are based on personal opinions and publicly available information at time of recording. Always check current safety guidelines, visa requirements, and travel advisories before booking your trip. Listeners are responsible for their own travel decisions. Welcome back, beautiful friends, to Pure Bliss Living. I'm Arianna, and today we're diving into part 2 of our two-part series on underrated travel destinations for 2025. If you joined me for part 1, you already explored Oaxaca, Georgia, the Azores, Slovenia, and Albania. 5 incredible hidden gems where you can experience authentic culture, breathtaking nature, and meaningful travel before the crowds arrive. Before we dive into today's destinations, I want to take a moment for anyone who jumped straight into part 2. Welcome. You're about to explore 5 incredible hidden gems from Zanzibar to Chile's Colchagua Valley, but to get the full picture of our 2025 underrated travel series, I highly recommend going back and listening to part 1 first. In part 1, we uncovered Oaxaca's living traditions, Georgia's mountain hospitality, the Azores' serene landscapes, Slovenia's fairy tale charm, and Albania's untouched coastline, all places that set the stage for the adventures we're sharing today. Part 1 gives you the context, the storytelling, and the before everyone else perspective that makes these destinations even more meaningful. Listening to both parts in order will help you see the bigger picture of mindful, authentic travel and give you inspiration to plan trips that feel intentional, immersive, and transformational. So if you haven't heard it yet, pause here, go back to part 1, and then return ready to continue this journey with me. In this episode, we'll continue our journey with 5 more destinations that are equally magical and under the radar. We'll explore the spice-scented turquoise waters of Zanzibar, the tranquil Mekong landscapes of Laos, and the dramatic cliffs and flower-filled lavadas of Madeira, the Himalayan serenity and sacred culture of Bhutan, and the rolling vineyards and historic charm of Chile's Colchagua Valley. Each destination has its own unique hook, from spiritual immersion to adventure, from serene landscapes to cultural richness. And today, I'll guide you through when to visit, what to expect, local insights, responsible travel tips, and why now is the perfect time to go before these gems become mainstream. So grab your journal, pour yourself a cup of tea, and settle in. This is part 2 of our hidden gem travel series, and I promise by the end of this episode you'll be inspired to plan trips that feel authentic, transformative, and truly unforgettable. Let's dive in. Now, let's sail across the Indian Ocean to Zanzibar, an island archipelago off the coast of Tanzania that is equal parts turquoise water, spice-scented streets, and timeless history. If you dream of beaches that feel infinite but with a heartbeat of culture underneath, this is the place. Zanzibar remains underrated in 2025 because most travelers equate Africa with safari or Cape Town. Yet, Zanzibar offers something entirely different. Stone towns, alleys, colorful doors, aromatic spice markets, and centuries of Swahili, Arab, and Portuguese influence. Unlike heavily touristed beaches island in the Caribbean or Southeast Asia, Zanzibar has limited high-rise resorts, making it intimate and personal. Tourism is growing, especially with remote work packages and boutique hotels opening along beaches, but the island's charm is still largely untouched by mass commercialization. Infrastructure is improving steadily. Zanzibar International Airport connects to major African hubs, the Middle East, and seasonal flights from Europe. Routes range from paved highways to rustic village paths, and local minibuses are an experience themselves. Accommodations span eco-lodge, boutique resorts, and family-run guest houses, keeping visitor numbers manageable while still offering comfort. The ideal season to visit is June to October, during the dry months when the sea is calmest for snorkeling, diving, and sailing. Festivals in July celebrate Swahili traditions, giving travelers a taste of local heritage beyond the beaches. The monsoon months bring rain, but also dramatic skies and lush greenery if you're seeking a quieter experience. Locals are proud of their culture and environment, with initiatives to preserve coral reefs, mangroves, and historic stone towns. Visitors are encouraged to support local guides, respect dress codes, and engage in sustainable tourism practices. Prices are favorable compared to Caribbean resorts. Fresh seafood for a few dollars, boutique stays around $50 to $100 per night, though internal travel and ferry rides to neighboring islands can add up, so planning ahead helps. Zanzibar is still in its before everyone else window. Signals of rising popularity include boutique resorts expansions and increased visibility on international travel media, but it hasn't tipped into mass tourism yet. Visiting now allows you to experience untouched beaches, authentic cultural encounters, and the mystical rhythm of life on the Spice Islands before Instagram influencers and tour buses arrive en masse. Next, let's step into a land of serenity and unhurried magic. Laos, a country in Southeast Asia that feels like it's been preserved for the soul. In 2025, Laos remain underrated because most travelers head to Thailand or Vietnam first, leaving Laos' lush mountains, Mekong river towns, and Buddhist temples blissfully quiet. Laos' charm lies in an authentic, low-impact tourism. Unlike neighboring countries with crowded beaches or tourist-saturated streets, here you can explore heritage streets, float down the Mekong on wooden boats, or hike through northern villages untouched by mass infrastructure. Slow travel is not a trend here, it's a way of life. With the rise of digital nomads seeking calm work, retreats, eco-conscious travelers, and culturally immersive experiences, Laos is quietly stepping into the spotlight without losing its rhythm. Infrastructure is modest but functional. International airports connect to key Southeast Asian hubs, while buses and boats carry travelers through the countryside. Guest houses, boutique lodges, and eco-resorts provide comfort without overwhelming the environment. Roads can be winding and slow, so patience is part of the experience, but that's also why Laos retains its untouched beauty. The best time to visit is November to February, when the weather is cool and dry. Monsoon season, May to October, brings lush greenery but also road challenges. Cultural festivals offer rich immersive experiences for those willing to align with the local calendar. Prices are low compared to Thailand or Vietnam. Meals under $5, guest houses $10 to $30 per night, but internal travel may require some planning. Laotians are hospitable yet protective of their culture and environment, practicing careful stewardship over rivers, forests, and temples. Visitors are encouraged to support local businesses, dress respectfully in temples, and leave no trace when exploring remote areas. Unlike overdeveloped tourist regions, Laos has the luxury of slow discovery, letting travelers engage fully with landscapes and communities. Laos is at the early stage of international awareness. Signals of rising popularity include ecotourism investments and boutique guest house openings, but it hasn't tipped into mainstream tourism. Visiting now means immersing in its unhurried pace, spiritual energy, and authentic culture before it becomes a well-known backpacker corridor. Finally, let's explore Madeira, a volcanic island in the Atlantic that feels like Europe's hidden cliffside paradise, often overshadowed by the Azores. Madeira is underrated in 2025 because travelers are still drawn by mainland Portugal cities or popular Mediterranean islands, leaving Madeira's dramatic landscapes, flower-filled levadas, and rugged coastline relatively serene. What makes Madeira stand out is its combination of natural beauty and accessibility. You'll find mountains, cliffs, subtropical forests, and crystal clear Atlantic waters, all within a compact area. The island supports hiking, whale watching, and botanical exploration, but without the crowds that overrun Mallorca or Santorini. Its tourism growth is supported by expanded low-cost flight connections and boutique eco resorts, but it's still early enough that you can enjoy trails and viewpoints in solitude. Infrastructure is robust, but harmonized with the environment. Madeira has a well-maintained network of roads and cable cars, hotel boutiques, and locally run guest houses, while tourist services remain personal and culturally grounded. It's a destination where you can explore remote lavada hikes or lush botanical gardens without feeling like a number on a tour bus roster. The best time to visit are spring and fall, when the weather is mild, flowers are in bloom, and ocean visibility is perfect for whale watching. Peak summer sees slightly higher crowds, but still nothing compared to Mediterranean hotspots. Costs are moderate, accommodation slightly higher than mainland Portugal, but still affordable. Local meals reasonably priced, and public transportation efficient and cheap. Locals take pride in safeguarding the island's ecology and heritage. These are initiatives to limit overdevelopment, protect plant species, and manage tourist flow along popular trails. Responsible visitors can stay on market paths, choose locally owned accommodations, and respect natural habitats to preserve the character of Madeira for years to come. Madeira is currently in the sweet window where you can experience authenticity before mass tourism transforms it. With its accessibility improving, it's likely that within a few years, Instagram-worthy hikes and cliffside viewpoints will draw more crowds. Visiting now ensures that you enjoy a tranquil, immersive experience, blending adventure, nature, and cultural engagement, all while supporting a destination that values its environment as much as its visitors. Bhutan is a country that almost feels suspended in time, nestled high in the Himalayas. It's celebrated for dramatic monasteries perched on cliff edges, lush valleys, and a culture that measures success not by GDP but by the gross national happiness. Despite its spiritual fame, Bhutan remains underrated because visitor numbers are deliberately limited, controlled through a government-mandated daily minimum spend, which ensures tourism does not overwhelm the local communities or natural environment. In 2025, Bhutan appeals to travelers looking for slow, meaningful experiences, trekking across Tiger's Nest monastery trails, participating in local festivals, and experiencing life in small villages where traditions are alive. The infrastructure is developed enough to provide comfort, hotels ranging from boutique lodges to luxury resorts, reliable domestic flights, and organized tours with knowledgeable local guides. Yet, it's still intentionally restrained to maintain authenticity. The best time to visit is spring, March to May for blooming flowers, or autumn, September to November for crisp skies and festival celebrations. Travelers will find that local communities are proud but careful about external influence, maintaining strict cultural preservation policies. Costs are higher than typical Southeast Asian travel, but this is intentional. Every dollar spent supports sustainable tourism, local artisans, and infrastructure that preserves the landscape. Bhutan is currently in the delicate before everyone else phase, highly visible on luxury travel lists but still limited in visitors' volume due to regulations. Visiting now allows one to experience majestic Himalayan landscapes, deep cultural immersion, and spiritual tranquility before the country becomes fully mainstream, ensuring that both travelers and locals benefit from responsible engagement. If you're a wine lover who craves authentic vineyards without the crowd of Napa, the Colchagua Valley in central Chile is a revelation. It's underrated in 2025 because Chilean wine tourism has historically focused on its valleys, leaving Colchagua relatively quiet yet exceptionally picturesque, with rolling vineyards, historic haciendas, and small boutique wineries. Accessibility is improving thanks to flights into Santiago, followed by a scenic 2 to 3 hour drive. By the region remains a sense of isolation. Accommodation range from luxury wine stays to cozy bed and breakfast, with many wineries offering immersive experiences like grape harvesting, traditional Chilean cooking classes, and horseback vineyard tours. Unlike more famous wine regions, you can still enjoy personalized tasting and conversations with the winemakers themselves, making every visit feel intimate and educational. The best time to visit is late summer to early fall, February to April. During harvest season, when vineyards are golden and festivals celebrate wine, music, and culture, costs are very reasonable compared to European wine regions. Wine tastings for $10 to $20, locally sourced meals under $15, boutique stays $50 to $100 per night. Hidden costs may include private transport between vineyards as public transit is limited, but the experience is worth the planning. Locals are welcoming yet deeply committed to preserving the valley's heritage and environment with sustainable vineyard practices, limited capacity tours, and eco-conscious lodges. Responsible travelers can support small wineries, avoid plastic, and follow vineyard etiquette to ensure their presence benefits the region. Colchagua Valley is at the tipping point. As word spread through travel blogs and wine enthusiasts, the valley will see increased attention. But for now, it's possible to enjoy quiet, authentic wine experience amid stunning landscapes. The perfect addition to any 2025 travel list for explorers looking for hidden gems before they become crowded. And there we have it, the second half of our underrated travel destinations for 2025. We've explored the turquoise beaches and spice markets of Zanzibar, floated along the Mekong in Laos, hiked Madeira's lush levadas and dramatic cliffs, trekked into Bhutan's Himalayan monasteries, and savors Chile's wine country. Each of these destinations reminds us that the world is full of hidden treasures waiting to be explored, and that mindful, respectful travel can create experiences that are both magical and meaningful. Now that you've completed both parts of our series, I hope you feel inspired to seek destinations that are authentic, serene, and culturally rich. Places where your presence contributes positively, not disruptively, to the local community and environment. Traveling responsibly means supporting local businesses, honoring traditions, leaving minimal impact, and embracing slow, immersive experiences. Thank you so much for joining me on this two-part journey. If you love this episode, please share with friends, subscribe, and like the video. And as you dream, plan, and explore, remember, the best experiences often happen in places still waiting to be discovered before everyone else finds them. Until next time, stay curious, travel thoughtfully, and keep chasing that pure bliss.